Yo, what's up? My phone is a little close to dying, so I'm gonna try and save as much battery as I can. Ooh, a bottle. Ooh, it's got something in it. There we go. Hi. I think I just walked in a spider web. So I've mentioned it at least once or twice on my channel, but me, am a high school dropout at 16. Crazy, right? I just walked into another spider web. But yeah, obviously all of my real life friends know this. But me, not me, the general expanse of my following does not know me in real life. So I'd like to tell my story. So, I think the first major inciting incident, no. It's been in the back of my mind, or it had been, for like a year. Where it's like, okay, I know that my high school diploma is not what all the adults tell you it is. It's useless in real life. Ask any adult. They will tell you they have never used their high school diploma to get into a job. And college is a totally different thing. If you want to go to college because there's a specific job you want to get, don't drop out because you need school to go, or you kind of don't almost. But, oh God, I just got stabbed in my eye. Anyway, but if I was to go to college, which I don't, I hate college. It's stupid, in my opinion. It works for some people, it doesn't work for other people. And it's a scam that people try and tell you that it's important. Because if you don't need some specific job, you're wasting all your time and money going to college. There's no point. So unless it's something you specifically want to do, don't go to college. But I'm sure you already knew that. My point is, I don't need college because don't need it. All my jobs, all my aspirations do not require any schooling whatsoever. So, yeah, I was like, I'm wasting my time in school. I have like I had a lot of friends and still do. But I didn't need to go there. I had connections with them out of school. I don't need, I wasn't one of those people where it's like, oh, I go to school so I can hang with my friends. They were there and they're nice and they're cool and I like them a lot. But I'd rather go home. So it was simmering in my head for a long, long time. I wish I fucking did it sooner. Instead of just thinking my thoughts, I should have acted on them like I did eventually, but we'll get to that. So, inciting incident. It was in my head for a while, for a long time, like a whole year. Like start of freshman year, I was like, okay, this is stupid, it's a waste of my time. Time to go. But I didn't really actually act on it until this one teacher. I was in this stupid ass class called social media marketing. And I think the people who had that class with me know where I'm going already. I hate that class. I don't like social media, obviously, even though I'm on it right now, posting. Ironic, funny. I am social media public hater, worst enemy. Hate social media. It's so stupid. It infects our young kids and makes them stupid. I mean, there's good to be had with it, but that's not my point. I didn't like that class. My teacher knew I didn't like that class because I would never pay attention. I would always be doodling in my notebook. But I got a B plus or something. I don't know. I was passing, so it was okay. But my teacher, how did it even begin? So it was Oh, yeah, I was just drawing, minding my business. I think we were supposed to be working on something, but I was like, in my brain, I was just like, I'll do it for homework, I don't care, let me just be bored in this class and do something fun, because I got tons of time at home to do what I want. Webs. Another spider web. My teacher was like, oh, you need to put that away, mister. And I was like, okay, fine. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and argue with my teacher. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. So I push it away from my desk and I get my computer out to do my stupid assignment. And she was like, no, that's not enough. You need to put it away. And I was like, oh, where? It's pushed to the end of my desk. So I like pushed it more. I like set stuff on top of it. She's like, no, that's not enough. And so I picked it up. I was like, fuck this. Doink, dropped it all on the ground. Because, like, what do you want me to do? And she was like, that's it. You need to go to the office. Like, I had no idea what she actually wanted me to do. And I wasn't intentionally showing attitude or anger, but she got super mad at me specifically, even though I was the one more confused about what she was on about. So I was like, fine, what the hell? And I went to the principal's office and I explained to him, and he was like just as confused as I was, because I told him my story, and then he was like, oh, that doesn't sound right, let me ask the actual teacher. And then later that day she said the same thing. I don't know what she said, I wasn't there. Found a can. Anyway, where was I? The principal was like, okay, he didn't say this, he was like super formal because he's the principal, but I could tell he was like, okay, this is weird. So he went all out trying to make it out like it was my fault. He was like, okay, so you shouldn't have been drawing. And I was like, okay, fair, but why'd the teacher blow up on me? But make sure you learn from this. There's so much to be learned here. There's not, actually. I'm like, school makes me so mad. Anyway, cool rock. Really cool rock. I love this rock. But yeah, next point. Yeah, I didn't like it. It was super annoying, and I was like, this is complete bullshit. I'm spending 7 days of my life here. And so I was like, okay, so if I was to drop out, how would I go about doing it? Because this is like my last nerve. I'm done with this shit. And so I looked it up, and I was like, oh, or it was like my computer. I was doing this like in class. Like if this school looked at my history, they'd be so clued in. It'd be so obvious. Or maybe they did and they didn't care. I don't know. I realized after doing research, once you are 17 years old, you can take a GED test, and if you add the Constitution test onto that, it's in the same place. It's two separate tests, I think. But if you do those two things, they hand you a high school diploma. Not like a GED, they hand you a high school diploma. Exactly the same thing you get from graduating. So after looking all this stuff up, I talked about it with my parents, and they were like, dude, you shouldn't drop out. That was their initial thoughts, and I told them all my reasoning, like, dude, this is completely wasting my time. All the teachers are annoying and stupid, and I want to do things for me, like my own things. And I'm going to talk more about that right now because I want to explain more. So my brain was thinking as I was me, young and still young, literally not that long ago at all. Like, I don't know, was it like a year ago? I'm trying to remember, but anyway, I was like, okay, I have so many passions. I want to do YouTube. That was like more in the back of my brain. I hadn't completely like settled on that like I am now. But I'm like, okay, I can do YouTube. I can do my calisthenics. I can do my video games. I can get a job and just replace my school day with job time and just make money instead of spending 7 hours doing literally jack shit at this stupid school place. And yeah, that was pretty much it. But those are some really, really strong points. And I told my family this, and it's like, I'm getting sucked. My soul is just getting sucked out, and like I'm turning into like a freaking zombie at school all day My childhood is getting wasted and ruined. You gotta let me drop out. And they were like, okay, I see your point. Because I got the coolest parents ever. They're extremely cool. I don't really need to go into more detail there. So I just walked up to the office. I talked to the principal. I was like, okay, so I want to drop out. And the principal looked at me. He was like, okay, do you have your parents' permission to do this? Eventually, he was like, okay, your parents okay with this? And I was like, yeah, we talked about it. This is going to happen. He was like so visibly frustrated by that. And he was like, well, I guess if you're dropping out, I have no need for you to be here anymore. And I was like, oh, I can just leave? Yeah, get out. And I was like, shit, man, hell yeah. I think he was meaning it as like a bad thing, like, oh, you're kicked out. Good, fucking hell, nice. So I just skipped the rest of the day. It was like third period. Went straight home, told my family. I was like, wow, this is great. And then while I was there, forgot to mention, he said, oh, we'll file the paperwork like at tomorrow or something. I think we set a date up. And I told my parents that. I was like, oh, we can finalize the paperwork. Let's go. And then they were all happy for me. I was happy for me. It was a good day. And then we went. And then we did the paperwork. For some reason, when I walked into the office, there was like our school advisor and whoa, stick just sticked onto me. Jokes. Anyway, yeah, there was like a school advisor, and then there was like this other random person. She used to be my computer teacher. I don't know why she was there, but yeah. And they were all sat down. But yeah, they were sat down in like a circle in chairs. And then the principal was like, oh, okay, have a seat, guys. That's his voice, by the way. And so he was like all formal and like bubbly at the beginning. And he was like, oh, so what made you want to do this? And I was like, I told basically him the same thing I told my parents. I was like, I'm wasting my time here. I've got other passions, bigger things that I want to do with my life. And this isn't helping me. I'm wasting my time here. And so he then looked at my parents and he was like, have you heard about this? Do you know about this? And then they were like, yeah. He talked to me about it. And we're super cool with it. And then, yeah, he went a little bit more on to like trying to dissuade my parents from letting me. And once it's like literally the second he saw, also, hold on, let me point out, the advisor and then my old computer teacher didn't say a word. They were just sitting there watching this happen. No clue why. But they were just sitting there the whole time. My principal was like, literally as soon as he saw that my parents weren't budging and I wasn't budging and the decision was finalized, like he switched. Like he went from all formal and nice to like just done, grumpy. Like just, okay, this is fucking stupid. I hate you guys. And that's how he felt, believe me. So he was like, okay, fuck. Let me file the paperwork. You sign here. And then I signed here. I think my parents had to sign. Might not have had to. I don't know. And he was like, all right, you're done. You're out. Go get your things and get out of my school. Basically what he said. Like he was like visibly frustrated. My parents were looking at each other funny. I was like, what just happened? And so I did. I was like in the hall. Passing period had just gone off as that happened. So I went out and I was like, oh my gosh. I didn't yell. I saw my friends and I walked to them and I was like, dude, I just dropped out. Let's go. And they were all happy for me and it was fun and cool. But as soon as my principal saw this, he was like, oh, having fun? Being happy? No. And he found me and he was like, you need to go. And he didn't let me say bye to all my friends. Like, you're done. Like, you're not allowed in the school anymore. And so I had to go, like, instantly. And it was crazy and weird and fucking weird. And the reason maybe we gathered is that, like, as a principal, he gets, like, bad bad reviews or bad ratings somehow, like if a person drops out. Dude, I left this part out too. When I was talking with him individually, hold on. When I was talking with him individually, like he kept going on about like, oh, I expected better from you. You're better than this. And I'm like, what? Like, and it was personal too. I don't know exactly what the wording was, but it was weird. Like guilt tripping me into staying. It was crazy. But yeah. Anyhow, that's pretty much how that went down. And that was kind of the end of it. I became, at least from what I've heard, somewhat infamous in my school now. Which is fun, I guess. I don't care about anything about that place anymore. It's so fun to be free from all the shackles and stuff. I'm just trying to get all these thingies off of my pants while I say this. But yeah, with that, I was officially free. And man, what a feeling. Like, seriously. Like, I immediately was like, okay, I'm going to get a job. I'm going to do this. I had so much, like, time. It was crazy. It was fun, and it was exciting, and it was new. So that's the end of my story, basically. And now I'm going to talk about, like, hindsight, how I feel about it. Because, like, the thing my parents were talking about and I was thinking about was, like, oh, you're going to regret it. Like, you're going to, like, miss it, life experiences and stuff. Nah. There isn't, nah, not at all. I do not miss anything about school at all. You know what? Gym class was cool. I like gym class. That's not a good enough reason for me to have stayed, though. At all. But, yeah, so my, like, hindsight thoughts. Was it beneficial in the long run? Absolutely. It was so beneficial to me, that I strongly recommend anybody who's like, oh, I'm wasting my time in school. Please figure out how to drop out, because you're probably just like me. You feel like, dude, I have so much more shit that I could be doing instead of this, wasting all my time here. There's mosquitoes all around me. And yeah, like, you don't need to be there. If you've got parents, you gotta sit there, you gotta sit them down and convince them, like, formally. That's what I did. I was like, okay, I'm gonna, like I said, like, you're gonna, like, immediately be like, red flag, red alarm when I say this, but you need to hear me out to the end, okay? And they were like, okay. So, like, you need to be convincing. You can't just be like, oh, I want to drop out, because then you're gonna sound like a bummy kid, like, just, like, fed up and immature. No, you gotta, like, sit them down, you gotta tell them your real reasons, prepare a speech, I don't care. You gotta get them on the same page as you. You gotta, because, like, all these, like, parents and stuff are, like, so, like, they're in on it. It's like, oh, school's so important, you gotta get your diploma and everything and be successful. That's a lie. It's like a complete lie. You don't need that stuff. Get a GED. You don't even need that stupid diploma thing that I talked about. If you just have a normal GED, that's more than enough. You don't need a fully functioning high school diploma to prove that you're a successful citizen or human being. It's stupid. It's a waste of time, and you need to escape as soon as you can. Like, genuinely, though. Like, you need to say, like, I can do things with my life, I can be successful, I can take the time that was wasted at school and use it for something helpful. And that's kind of thinking back to my my other video that I just made, thinking of your time as a resource. Like, you're at school, what are you doing there? You're sitting there, you're making your little numbers go up on your grades, and you get your report card back, and it's like, wow, you did great at memorizing facts and putting them down on paper. Computers now, they don't even use paper anymore. It's ridiculous and crazy. Technology is evil. That's another one of my hot takes. But yeah, you're sitting there, like, wasting your time. Maybe you're talking to your friends, maybe you're being social. That's a good thing. But is that, like, worth your time there? 7 hours a day just to be with your friends? And if it is, that's completely cool. You might have some bomb-ass friends, and you might, like, be doing so much fun stuff together, and that's the part where it's like, oh, will you regret dropping out because of things you'll miss? You might. that might be the situation you're in. So you need to weigh out all the options. It's not like a simple yes or no answer. It's like you need to consider the things you're going to be missing out on and the things you're going to be gaining. Like, you're going to lose things, you're going to gain things. You need to figure out which one's better for you. But I bet you, if you're even watching this video, you probably clicked on it for the reason that I'm talking about. Is you're done. Like, there's nothing. Like, there's nothing for you there. You can leave and be completely happy with it. But yeah, if you're in that situation, don't think about it like I was. I spent a whole year at freshman year. Legally, I think you have to be 16, at least from where I'm at. You have to be 16 and have parental consent. So yeah, I had to be a freshman to graduate. But as soon as I was a freshman, I should have just bolted instantly. I waited until the whole end of the year. My battery is at 5%. I'm gonna try and wrap this up. But yeah, I took the entire freshman school year, gained nothing. I mean, I had some fun times with my friends. I did some cool things. I would have traded that to get out of school 1 year earlier. So overall, I'm gonna be skipping my last 2 years of high school. 2.5. Math. Again, not good at math. But listen, they're like, oh, you'll never have a calculator every day. I don't think they say that nowadays. They probably realize, like, oh, everyone has a calculator nowadays. But learn this bullshit anyway. I hate math class. There's so much fucking stuff. You do not need any of it. You don't need to know fucking 50 digits of pi. You don't need to know the Pythagorean theorem. It's all useless. If you're gonna go into a profession like, oh, what if you get a job that needs that? They'll teach you it. They will teach you. They will teach you what it is. Waste of time. I hate it. But I escaped. I'm telling you guys, you might be able to also. Don't think on it. Don't be like, oh man, I'm too worried, or my parents aren't going to say yes. You got to make them say yes. You got to be passionate. You got to give them a piece of your mind. You got to be like, dude, this is the right decision for me. I watched some 16-year-old on YouTube with 200 subs, and he told me, don't say that. That would give you a 0% chance. 100% chance of getting a 0% chance. But listen to me. Listen to me. If you hate school, if you'd be completely happy with dropping out, you have to try, okay? You can't be like, oh, my parents would never say yes. You don't know that. You got to talk to them. You got to give them everything you got to convince them. And if they still say no, then fuck. You're just screwed then. Like, that's life, you know? But if you never tried and you just... and even if you fail the first time, you need to keep coming back and show them, like, listen, I'm standing firm on my decision. I hate this place. It's stupid. It's a waste of my time. I can be doing better things than sitting in school, getting some stupid diploma. It's worth trying, all right? Give it everything you got. And even then, if it still doesn't work for you, that sucks, because that's just how it is sometimes. But you can't not try. You miss all the shots you don't take. That's what they say. And this has some huge benefits. So it is worth the risk. There's no risk. If it doesn't work, then that's that. And then you move on and you be like, oh, fuck, I hate school. But then you get through it and then you're done. So try, is my point. Don't sit there and be like, oh, I don't know. Or second guess yourself or anything. Escape the schools. Stupid fucking mosquito. I'm ending my video because I need to edit all this mess. It's way too scatterbrained. I need to sort it. But thank you so much for watching. I'm grateful for anybody who watches this and is like, oh wow, maybe he's got a point. Or maybe just watched it just to watch it for fun. Maybe you're like 35 years old and you're just looking back and thinking like, oh man, what a guy. I remember when I was a kid. But yeah, my phone's probably at like, oh, it's at 4%. Okay, I thought I had way less time. So let me do a proper outro then. Thanks for watching, obviously. I just said that. Whoa. Webs. It's all webby. Yeah. Thanks for watching for the third time. What else do I even say? If you're young and you're watching this, any age, like, even if you're in, like, middle school and you're just like, wow, I totally agree, but you're not old enough to get out of there, keep holding on, dude. Forget all your stupid grades. Make sure you're passing, though, because then you're going to get in, like, trouble. Don't get in trouble. Just get, like, C's and up, dude. That's all you need. That's what I did. But, yeah, I'm super grateful for my audience. I'd love to spread my messages and my thoughts. Like, to have someone listening is so cool. And I say this just about every episode, but I really, really, really mean it. I mean it so much. You guys are awesome. Okay? Excuse me. And on that note, that is the end of today's upload. It is September 18th. I feel like the month has flown by. Seriously. Like, I've uploaded every day. Sometimes it was really, really close. Like the last few ones. But I was doing life stuff. And it unfortunately took priority over my YouTube stuff. Still got the videos out, obviously. Because I'm a goat. I do not fold. I sit this through to the end. So we're almost done. We're like 2/3 by now. Which is exciting and fun. I'm going to end my video now. I'm talking now like I would talk at like a community post. I might make one of those to talk about this instead of the end of my random video where this has nothing to do with my video. So, thanks for watching for the 4th time, I think, now. And I will see you